Okay, Sunday morning in the kingdom, and I'm hurting. I think I overdid it yesterday as an old guy, but once we get to 1 million subscribers, like Dr. Evil, yes, I'll be able to turn up the thermostat in the house, the shop, and the whole shack, just like those people on welfare. Just crank it up. Who cares? Open the window, don't shut the door, and let her rip, because they don't pay for it. Yes, once we get 1 million subscribers, we'll be living the good life. Yeah, right. All right, so this morning we woke up to 0, but feels like -3. Yes. And then on the yo-yo scale, +30. Yes, Fahrenheit. I thought 0 was +32. There seems to be a discrepancy. Yes, just like in my divorce. All right. So feels like +29 Fahrenheit. This doesn't make sense. Oh, well. Also, too, my new book, yes, Winter Road Photos, yes, the last year, 2020, is #1 in new releases in transportation. Yes, I'm succeeding. They like me. Yes, it's been a while since I uploaded a book under my real name on Amazon. I have a pen name, but those are naughty books based in England. We won't talk about that, all right? All right, let's scroll this way. Look at how clean the yard is. Yes, just look at that. Unreal. This year, for snow removal, it's going to be so nice because there's no pallets going to be hidden in the snow. We're not going to find stuff like all other years and damage and wreck everything. Oh, this yard is looking so good. Yes, and the yard light's still on, and Dick just left the airport, flew that way, north of the kingdom, turned around, went back. He was probably getting the frost off the windows, warming it up so he can do some serious flying today. He's been staying north of the kingdom since I recorded him flying right over my house, and it was dark enough that he had his headlight on. Yes, so that even shows up better in the film footage that the cameras caught. Him scooting along with his headlight on. Yes, it's dark. But oh well. So now the staff has a good workout today. If she stuck around and helped the old guy, she would have got the wood of her choice. Probably only one little trailer, and it would have been all quality wood, but I gave her everything. Small ones, shitty ones, crappy ones, you name it. If I was emptying that trailer there to get rid of the crap or whatever, I gave it all to her. I kept the crappiest, and I gave her the stuff. So she'll be cursing today as she unloads it, because she has to carry it up her stairs and toss it through the hole in the floor. That's why we have to cut it a certain length, because if the trees are too long, the toothpick trees are too long, they don't fit through the hole because of the degrees and angles of the doorway. Yeah, it's just a minor detail. So she has to carry it up, down, toss it down a hole in the floor, and then she cuts it to stove length. That's the easiest way we figured out how to do it. Yes, we could have cut it into little wee bits and stove length pieces and then handle it 20 times. Well, we try not to handle it too much because it gets expensive that way. We try and do everything once, handle it once, and get it done. So today I have to build shelves in the hose shack so we can put the broken quad in there to fix it. Yes, unreal. Those quads are expensive. You ride it for 10 minutes and then you fix for 20. Oh my, sounds like a marriage. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I better go. Here comes the boss, even on a Sunday. Okay, just a minor detail. I carried the vacuum out to the shop, but I forgot to include it in the morning intro. So make sure you clean your vacuum. Yeah, it's not too bad. I had to dump it out this week because one of the dogs is shedding. Oh, well.
Sunday morning in WHO-ville. It's almost 10 a.m. and I'm just getting ready to head to the kingdom and grab those log trailers so I can empty them out. My dad already has them all sorted out for me and ready to go. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 1 degree Celsius, which is 33 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. Looks like it's going to be a chilly day. Now let's head inside, let the dogs back in, get the quad out, and head to the kingdom. 10 a.m. and I made to the kingdom and got the trailer hooked up. Now I can head on back into WHO-ville and start unloading all this firewood. My little helper is over there waiting as well, so it shouldn't take us very long. Just after 10 a.m. and I made it back from the kingdom. Now it's time to haul all this firewood inside. I'm just going to throw it in the basement through my little firewood hole, and then I'll head back to the kingdom and grab the second trailer. 10:30 and my little helper and I were able to get the first trailer unloaded. Now I'll head back to the kingdom and hook onto the second one. Just after 10:30, we're able to get the second load hooked up. Now I can head on back into WHO-ville and drop this off. Thankfully, we're only doing 2 loads today. I'm not going to cut it because I do have to cook that ham and a bunch of stuff this afternoon. And it kind of looks like it's starting to snow, so let's head on back into WHO-ville. Almost 11 a.m. and I just made it back with the second load. Sure, it's getting chilly out here, so I better haul this inside. That way I can get a fire going. I didn't start one yet this morning because I knew I'd be back and forth from the kingdom and I didn't want to leave the wood stove unattended. Now let's haul all this in. Inside, I just wanted to show you guys where we're throwing all the firewood. It comes in from outside and directly down into my little wood hole. I cut this out last year and I think I did pretty good. It's just a grate in the floor. It works a lot easier than trying to stick it through the side of the house. Now let's unload. Just after 11 a.m. we're able to get the second load into the house. Now I'll head on back to the kingdom and drop the trailer off and see what my dad's up to. 11:30, I just got the second trailer back to the kingdom. Looks pretty nice with all three of them empty, so we can fill them up later in the week before it really snows. That way we can get more firewood. Can never have too much. Now it's time to head inside, grab my dog treats, and go back to WHO-ville and make lunch and get supper prepped.
Okay, just about 11 o'clock and it's turning nasty out there. The staff's hauling her firewood, which is good. I'm stiff and sore, so we're off to a slow start. All right, so we're in the hoe shack. As you can tell, it's a little tight in here. We got some wood. Yes, and we got more wood. So what we need to do is get rid of all this stuff and big dreams, big plans. Organize the carburetors, order kits, fix them, put them on the equipment. Yes, well, the money tree died. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought the money tree would blossom. So let's get some shelves put up. So that's why we have this recycled, repurposed wood one more time. So we're going to put some shelves up here because we don't have shelves right here and over here. But then again, this hoe shack part was never designed for storage. It was designed to process drill core. Yes, cut it in half, bag it and tag it and ship it out. And look who showed up because he probably ran out of beer. Yes, Brad made an appearance today. Probably because he's out of beer. Yeah, so let's build some shelves and then we can get this hoe shack cleaned up and get that broken quad in. Oh, those quads. They cost a lot of money to have around, just like a mistress. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom and we're creating an illusion. Yes, we're a magician playing with lumber. Yes, and you got to see this stuff here. Okay, so we have some new wood, old wood, every kind of wood. But see, back here, we have this wood from the houses we tear down in WHO-ville or the buildings. So that's a real 2x4. This stuff is planed. Oh, hand and eye coordination, Les Nessman. All right, so that is planed. So you got to remember these differences. So all I want to do is use up my, how would you say, not so good wood. Ooh, is that giving everybody an illusion? Oops, I bumped into something. I better have a drink. All right, so we're going to slowly make some shelves. All it has to do is hold little parts. It's not going to have to endure an earthquake or anything like that. All right, so over here, look what Brad found. Yes, he found the nudie calendars or the nudie girls from Playboy. So he's been sitting here staring at the ladies. I don't know what he's up to, but how am I? He's looking good in that shirt. Unfreaking real. All right, let's go see what else is happening. Okay, it's me again. I forgot to mention that we'll include a picture of Sir Rodney's email because the spammers don't like it when it gets posted. So this is where you can get these goodies, we call them, from Sir Rodney. Yes, we'll include it at the end screen. But look at those lovely ladies. And it's kind of funny how my Me phone squares in on the lady's head. Oh, no wonder Brad is so fascinated. Okay, the staff lined up the big time log traders. We're big time contractors. Just look at that. We can, how would you say, professionally haul cordwoods of toothpick trees. It went pretty good this morning with her staff and everything. How would you say, helping out, her little helper. All right, let's go burn some lunch. We're having bacon and weenies. No, we're having eggs and weenies because the bacon was too expensive again. Oh my, we need 1 million subscribers, just like Dr. Evil.
Almost 12 p.m. and I just made it back from the kingdom. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, and go downstairs and get a fire going. Just after 12 p.m. and I'm down in the basement. I just got a fire going. It took a little while. Nothing wanted to burn, but look at that. Nice little fire. Now I can warm up the house and make lunch. This is the wood hole view from the basement here. As you can see, it's just cut right through the floor. That way everything drops into my little wood box. I do have lots to cut. That's what's right in front of me here. And then there's a bunch beside me. Now let's head upstairs and make lunch. 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. My little helper made breakfast for lunch, eggs, bacon, toast, hash browns, the works. It was actually pretty good. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 3 degrees Celsius, which is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. Looks like it's going to be a chilly day. It was actually trying to snow, so let's head inside, let the dogs back in, do some laundry, and get supper ready. Almost 2:30 and I'm just getting ready to put the ham in the oven. For this ham, it was $36.72, and that is a pretty big ham. And there's a bone in there, so the dogs get to enjoy that. But it'll cook for a few hours, and I can do some stuff around the house.
Okay, just about 2:30 in the kingdom, and we're done cutting with the 2x4. So we threw everything in there. We're not running the wood stove because it'll get too hot in here, and then I'll sweat, and then I go outside, and then I'll get chilled, yes, and then I get sick, and then I'll miss a day's wage or a couple of days' wage, and then that's a big deduction in my paycheck. But if I work overtime, there's hardly anything noticed, yeah, because it's all taxes here in Canada. All right, so over here, we got the shelves up. That's going to look pretty good once you splash the paint on. It's all the oddball wood, the crappy wood that everybody else would throw in the fire pit and burn and have a good time. But we're making it work one more time, so it's going to work out good. Now we'll go to the storage trailer number 8, I think it is, and we'll grab some scabby pieces of plywood. We'll use up all the small little ones because we don't need anything fancy new up here. Nobody's going to see it. And we'll see how we're doing over here. I don't know where Brad is. All right, so there it is. So that's what we want to do, is get all these carburetor parts off, get these barrels out of here, this temporary shelves, and get back into production and fixing that quad. I don't know where Brad went. He's probably looking at the ladies on the wall here, and then he's probably in the house on the phone to 1-800-DAISY Mays Escort. Oh my, hopefully he doesn't use my customer discount. Okay, just after 3 o'clock coffee time. We haven't stopped yet. We're going to run in the house and grab a beverage. Ooh, look at the lady. She's watching me work hard. All right, so we dragged in this strips of wood that's painted. Yes, we want the painted side up for reflection. Yes, for reflection. All right, let's go this way. Sorry about that. All right, so here we are. Put one piece on at a time. I don't know if we can see that, Les Nessman. That's how you do it. Cut and fit. We've got the painted side down for reflection. And then when the money tree blossoms, when we hit 1 million subscribers like Dr. Evil, we'll be able to buy some paint and splash it around, because this is what this little hose shack or whatever looks good. So this is what we're doing. Hopefully we can get this part done and then get that broken quad in. It won't take long to get all the carburetors and parts up on the shelves, because once we're finished.
3 p.m. and while the ham cooks, my little helper and I came outside to spread around some gravel that I got the other day. Looks pretty nice now. Just smoothing it out, then I can pack it down with the quad. We put the gravel here, that way my dad can back in when he does water.
Okay, 4:30 in the kingdom. The shelves are done enough, and I cleaned off these barrels. Yes, the barrels here, making some room. And this is one of the joys of having the wood stove in the hose shack, is we can now open the doors, get the heat. How to say, keep the heat, because the baseboard heat would lose the heat when the doors are open if we're running things in and out. So we'll quickly put all this stuff away, and it's starting to look good over here. When in doubt, stack it higher. Yes, higher and higher. So we got all the carburetors up on the top shelf, and the tire patching stuff, and then all my nails and screws, because that's a collection, an assortment of them, so they'll be easy to find, since how we're always updating, upgrading in the kingdom. Okay, 5 o'clock, and the little quad didn't start in the shed, but see, the shed is behind the house, which is uphill. So I put it in neutral and kind of pushed it along, and it made it down here. So now I don't know how I'm going to get in the door. I might have to fire up the mini hoe and give it a push, or maybe the staff will show up. All right, so that's the joys of these things. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I've had skidoos, I've had quads, and I hate them. I've paid people to work on them, and all they do is screw it up. And I mean big time. We've even hauled them as far away as the paw, and that fella screwed them up big time. So I had to learn how to work on these things. Polaris is the worst one I think I've ever. They put the battery way down there. So how do you boost it? Because our battery always gives you a problem. The starter is Lucas. Yes, so if you know anything about Lucas, he's the Prince of Darkness in England. So these things here are just a pain in the ass. So the winch is down in the front here. We paid a lot of money for it to come with the winch, and all the controls are down there. So guess where the water and everything is? So junk. So that they didn't even last a year. So Princess Auto sells these winches. They fit nicely down here, and here's the controls all up here. So that makes sense. We put the battery over here, I had to take it in the house because it has to stay warm. So that's why the battery's up here. And that's why you just don't unbolt this thing here to get the fuel pump, which is in the tank. So you just take the chop saw like that. Put the chop saw blade in the grinder like that, but you need a large one. But that's not the one I used. The one I used had the safety guards on in the proper size. So you just kind of feather it out here and be very careful because there's hoses, everything. So now it can go into the hose shack, and then tomorrow when the plastic is actually warm, we can get it apart. Not like this crappy shit here. All right, these are little push-pull things that hold the panels on. Well, guess what? This one fell apart. So I have brand new ones. Like anything with these quads and everything, they're designed like a doctor's prescription. Okay, it's always for a refill, so they keep coming back, keeping back. So you take it back to the dealership, you pay them more and more. Every time you go to work on it, you pay and pay and pay. So like I said, 10 minutes of riding, 20 minutes of repairs. Yeah, it's just like a marriage. All right, let's get this thing into the hose shack after we move a few items, because tomorrow we can take the gas tank apart because the fuel pump is in there. Yeah, it's way in there. Okay, it wasn't that bad. I used the chain come along there because it's got the long chain and just hooked on. And then we still have the door latches on the containers up there. So I just put this open ring on. Yes, somewhere in here. Okay, trust me, it's there. And I just come along it up till it was almost in the door. Pulled on the chain like I'm Hercules, and in came the quad. Yeah, so this worked out pretty good. I wasn't going to wait for the staff. All right, so here's the fuel pump that we bought just after the other quad went, the one that the staff's driving. So that went in July of 2022, and there's the new fuel pump. That's the old one. And this was a kit we got through Amazon, I think. So we went and bought the second kit, which came as a full pump, just like on a car, because it has the gas gauge and everything like that. And it's been sitting since July of 2022. So we knew that we were going to have problems, so we should, how would you say, hopefully this will work. If one quad does it, the other quad should do it, just like twins. All right, so I'm very happy. Now we can warm up in here. Having the wood stove going really sure does help out, because we'd be rushing to get this in, because with the baseboard heats, you lose your heat. All right, let's shut the doors and get ready for our supper.
5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 3 degrees Celsius, which is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It was a pretty nice day out there, extra chilly, at least there was no sandflies. Now it's time to head inside, wait for supper to finish so I can head to the kingdom. 6 p.m. and I just finished dishing up my dad's supper. Now I can head over to the kingdom and drop it off. Doesn't it look delicious? We got ham, mashed potatoes, extra buttery mashed potatoes, stuffing, and vegetables. Now let's head over to the kingdom and end my day.
Okay, we got the shelves built, we got the car parts moved, and the barrels out of the hose shack, and the quad is in there warming up so we can work on it tomorrow, so we can haul some more firewood. It's a good thing we had that fuel pump in stock, but most likely it's not the fuel pump. It's probably some other relay or foo-foo thing or something else. All right, okay, let's scroll this way. We got to quit early to go walk the dog, so we're ready for when the ham dinner arrives with the staff. Look at that sunset too. Ooh, yes. And look at the big time. No, we're small time. How Toothpick loggers. Yes, Toothpick loggers. See, look at this. This is all recycled, repurposed stuff. Yes, stuff. Everybody else would have had a garage sale, but up here in WHO-ville, if somebody's having a garage sale, they're too lazy to take it to the garbage dump because they charge money to dump it off. But here we recycle, repurpose everything. So the little quad trailer fleet, or it's the Firewood Toothpick trailers look good. All right, let's go walk the dogs, make some videos, make a video, drink some more beverage. Oh yes, I better get writing that 41st book. Oh, try and say that with some beverages under your belt. All right, we'll talk to you later.